Welcome to Quiz Factory. Which fun park would you choose? Water park fan? Theme park fan? Which shopping place would you choose? Toy lover? Lego builder? Which food would you choose? Pizza fan? Burger fan? Which gaming device would you choose? Xbox gamer? Mobile gamer? Which animal place would you visit? Zoo fan? Aquarium fan? Which sweet treat would you choose? Ice cream fan? Donut fan? Which adventure place would you enter? Dino Explorer? Space Explorer? Which cute pet would you choose? Dog lover? Cat lover? Which vehicle show would you visit? Supercar fan? Truck fan? Which holiday place would you choose? Beach lover? Snow lover? Which snack would you choose? Fries fan? Nachos fan? Which playground would you choose? Outdoor player? Jumping star? Which ride would you choose? Thrill seeker? Sky dreamer? Which game would you play? Racing gamer? Football gamer? Which breakfast would you choose? Pancake fan? Waffle fan? Which wild animal would you meet? Lion fan? Elephant fan? Which bedroom would you choose? Space dreamer? Game master? Which drink would you choose? Milkshake fan? Smoothie fan? Which store would you visit? Candy lover? Book lover? Which outdoor adventure would you choose? Zipline fan? Kayak fan? Which school activity would you choose? Young inventor? Young artist? Which sea animal would you choose? Dolphin fan? Turtle fan? Which birthday treat would you choose? Cake fan? Cupcake fan? Which transport would you choose? Train fan? Plane fan? Which sports activity would you choose? Goal scorer? Hoop star? Which fruit would you choose? Watermelon fan? Berry lover? Which building set would you choose? Block builder, tile builder. Which nature place would you visit? Waterfall, fan, garden, lover. Which fast food meal would you choose? Chicken fan, hot dog fan. Which animal adventure would you choose? Safari fan, farm friend. Which creative activity would you choose? Clay artist, drawing artist. Which technology would you choose? Tablet fan, tech star. Which dessert would you choose? Brownie fan, cake fan. Which magical place would you visit? Royal dreamer, magic explorer. Which bike would you choose? BMX rider, trail rider. Which frozen treat would you choose? Ice pop fan, ice cream fan. Which music activity would you choose? Beat master, music star. Which fun place would you visit? Play fan, bowling star. Which animal would you choose? Panda fan, koala fan. Which noodle dish would you choose? Ramen fan, pasta fan. Which water activity would you choose? Wave rider, water explorer. Which movie snack would you choose? Popcorn fan, candy fan. Which robot would you choose? Robot helper, robot friend. Which animal home would you visit? Penguin fan, butterfly fan. Which outdoor sport would you choose? Skate star, smooth rider. Which sandwich would you choose? Cheese fan, PBJ fan. Which fantasy friend would you choose? Dragon friend, unicorn friend. Which travel adventure would you choose? Ocean traveler, mountain explorer. Which room would you choose? Movie fan, game champion. Which final adventure would you choose? Fun legend, island explorer.